Messa fuori, c'è Pirlo, Pirlo, ancora Pirlo di tacco, tiro,
The referee should never have given the second, the straight red. Roma is missing the wing that they had last year.
Well, Salah. If you don't beat Crotone like this, it's mental. I don't know who he is.
He looks like Nangolan.
Oh my! He does not look like Nangolan. All right, guys, we're back with another episode of the podcast. Antonio, I see a smile on your face. Dad, I see a smile on your face. Everybody's happy because almost everybody's team won today, right? Like this weekend, at least, right?
Yeah, 4-0.
4-0. Yeah, I don't know how they did that. Cutrone.
Oh
Cutrone did that.
That was good.
Yeah. Which game we want to go into first?
AC Milan, go
Milan?
Yeah.
Listen, Cutrone killed it.
Cutrone is gonna go in the national team.
He's good. He's good.
Yeah, he's gonna take the spot away from Belotti.
Oh,
well,
Belotti scored this weekend.
I think Belotti lost his
Belotti
spot.
scored.
I think he has 5 goals so far
Belotti's
this whole
finally
season.
back. Finally back.
Listen, Cutrone is for real. It's the real thing.
The thing about Cutrone, and I said this before, it became cliche.
It's only 20 years old.
Okay, so you guys are not online, so you won't even say this. Who does Cutrone remind you of? Who's he remind you of? Anybody come in mind or no?
Italian?
Yeah.
As a center forward?
Yeah. Nobody? He reminds me of Inzaghi. With the
No,
visioning.
no.
The visioning.
Yeah,
Listen, what's so-
opportunista. Yeah, it's an
he reads the
opportunist.
game.
Yeah,
he
he
reads the
does, he
game
does.
incredibly good, incredibly well. He knows exactly where to be. He's not the most amazing finisher. He hustles. He'll get a rebound and bag the ball in the net, and that's the kind of number 9 that Milan need and that Italy need.
Actually,
I agree with you.
It reminds me more of Rossi.
Who, Rossi?
Not Giuseppe Rossi.
Paolo
Paolo
Rossi.
Rossi.
Paolo Rossi? Ah, yeah,
He
that was a
was-
long time ago.
They don't remember. Paolo
Yeah, we don't
Rossi.
remember.
You don't
Paolo
remember
Rossi.
Paolo
I
Rossi?
just heard
Oh,
of him. I
boy.
don't
Yeah,
know.
we just seen YouTube videos of him. If you see YouTube videos, we can make Nagatomo look good over there.
Anyway, Antonio, before you get all excited about Milan, you played against Spa, okay?
Listen,
Take it easy.
Hey, what do you mean
okay?
Spal tied Inter
want-
1-1 the week
Oh,
before.
that's true. That's
Don't
true.
tell me that bullshit.
I want to see the next 3 games when you play Milan versus Samp, Roma versus Milan, and Milan versus
He
Inter.
did his research, man.
Wow.
Okay?
You got him.
I want to see March 4th where you're going to be.
I
Antonio
just want to see you guys
I
fight right
think
now.
out of
I just
those-
want to see a
we're gonna-
fight.
Then
we're gonna-
I just want to see a fight.
Milan.
We're going to
Milan.
take 7 of 9 points. Easily.
Let me write this down.
Yeah, write it down.
Oh my God.
7 of 9.
You better turn off your
Yeah.
phone if they don't, though. right?
I'm writing this down.
Yeah.
Listen,
7 on 9.
it wasn't the best game from Milan, first of all, but Gattuso's team, like you said, I think it's a good point. Who cares if it's Spal? Spal's an important team to beat, especially for Milan.
Especially them playing Benevento a couple of weeks ago.
One of the questions that we keep getting, because we're getting so many questions, you guys obviously don't know as well. Everybody keeps asking us, can Milan go to Europa League? That's a pretty obvious one. But the follow-up question to that is Milan able to get the Champions League?
No.
Which is a far-fetched.
Not the Champions League. Not this year.
Not ready, right?
Too late.
Not ready.
Too late.
For the Milan fans?
Yeah.
Sorry, Mike. Sorry, Antonio.
Gaetano, what do you think?
No, it's not too late. I just want to see where they're going to be on March 4th. After March 4th, I'll tell you whether they could make the Champions League.
There are too many teams that they're too far stretched on, too far.
What else? Anything else about the Milan game? What caught your eye?
Yeah.
Borini scored. Cutrone 2 goals. It was all about Cutrone, right?
It was Cutrone. Cutrone was the man of the game.
Listen, he started finally. I think the key point is that he starts, and Inzaghi kept saying, I'm not going to play him yet because I need other guys who are doing the job. But he's doing the job.
You mean Inzaghi? You mean
Sorry.
Gattuso.
Yeah. Gattuso. Gattuso said he needed another guy who was doing a certain job, and that Cutrone, he says, still loses his head sometimes. That he needs to stay a little bit more focused. And he's like a bull in a Chinatown sometimes, where he just runs, and maybe he should step back and look, but he's 20 years old. He's got good vision. He's got good timing. Andre Silva's not going to get any playing time.
I just hope and pray that Andre Silva, like the way you said it, and Kalinic, they're starting to wake up because this guy's for real. It's a real competition. This kid here is not going to be a bench player for too long.
Yep.
If Milan doesn't just put the real value on the back of this guy here jersey, somebody else is going to is going to take him over. And believe me, I think this guy is just going to go straight into Italian national team.
No,
He's good.
I mean, he's playing good. We were saying his positioning before he even hit the post, but then tapped it in again. That's how good his positioning is. It's like he just works hard. He came straight out of the Primavera, and he's just getting rewarded for all the hard work.
He times the pass. Everybody's frozen on everybody's frozen on the offside line. This guy here, all of a sudden, you see him 10 feet inside between him and the goalkeeper, and it's right there. How did he get over there? It's not the first time. This is like 10 times already that he did it.
Exactly. It's not like out of luck.
So it's not out of luck. The guy knows.
He just knows where to go.
Perfectly times the pass.
We have a friend when we were in Milano in September, and we met him, right? And he has a friend who played in the Primavera with Cutrone. And he was like, he said, watch, this kid is bad. He said he's not good technically. The only thing he knows is perfect timing. But I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. I would say that's one of the best qualities you could have as a striker. Who cares what he's doing? If this guy could bag in goals like that, just being in the right space at the right time, that's a skill. Reading the game, knowing where the ball's going to be is a skill.
And without the ball, it takes a lot of passes away. It's not really waiting for the ball and all the stuff. He hustles back, he comes back, and he fights, and he just put the pressure on the goalkeeper, puts the pressure on the defense. It's always on the motion. The guy never stops.
No, and specifically being so young. We also got another question about that. They're saying, is Gattuso, is he running on Grinta now, or he's actually putting some tactics to this Milan side?
Good question.
It's both.
Both?
I mean, the Grinta is the number one. I think 70% of this team here never ran for more than 2-3 miles during the game. Right now, they're putting a lot more mileage on, on the field, and you can see it. I can see even the big superstars. Bonaventura is running a lot more. What's his name? Even my top defender from Juventus, Bonucci, is running a little bit more because there is no more mistakes you can make over there.
It was tactics.
It's both.
And you keep saying they keep running. They keep running.
75%.
Okay, so it's running.
75% is running. 25% is static because Gattuso is not a
tactician.
tactician.
What about you?
Gattuso is not a tactician.
I think Suso is an amazing player.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This guy, everything starts with him. He's such a creative. You can't take the ball away from him. He's got that left foot where he puts the ball wherever he wants. And a lot of the goals and a lot of the assists come from Suso.
True. Yeah, I mean, there's something that we've been saying. The only consistent player that Milan have had over this years has been Suso. Yeah. But it seems like now it's not just as individual as it was before. It's more of the team uniting and playing a little bit better.
Even Chalhan was playing a little bit better, actually.
I'm surprised he doesn't get started, this guy here in Spain. I mean, Suso. Why don't they start him? You guys
he's young still. He's like 23 years old.
Yeah, I mean, he gets called up though. I'm sure he's gonna keep getting off the bench.
He's good. It was a good weekend for that, I think, because the game was not the most impressive game. It wasn't a beautiful game.
Imagine if Deulofeu was back in AC Milan instead of going to play for a stupid team in England.
He's playing in Watford. I can't believe it.
What's he gonna do over there?
They get so many players there. I can't believe it.
Screw these guys. They're not gonna do anything.
Again, the issue is the money. The issue is the money. They probably have the most. They can pay the player more, and the taxation is not as bad as it is in Italy or France or Spain. Yeah.
Quick fact about that. Actually, the second division of England, the championship, spent more money in the January Mercato than the Serie A.
Just the second division.
The second division of England spent more than the Serie A in the Mercato.
But don't forget, even now that the pound came down, still it's a lot more higher than the euro.
Yeah, I know, but regardless, I mean, the second Serie B, how much do you think they spend altogether? Maybe not even $1 million, I'd say.
No, in Serie B, in Italy, Serie B is not cheap.
I know it's not cheap, but I'm just saying compared to the leagues, like the amount of money that both leagues get.
So the guy that we started this with was Cutrone, and the other guy, for Italian football was great, was Bernardeschi this weekend. He had to go against Fiorentina, who's his former team, right? And we'll get into the whole game as a whole. But I mean, for Bernardeschi and Cutrone, what a week they both had.
I like the celebration. I like
Bernardeschi.
We're gonna talk about that.
This is something that we're gonna disagree.
He should be. Listen to me. He should not be celebrating this guy because he played in Florence 2 weeks before they moved to Juventus. All of a sudden, this guy's jumping out of his skin. So what do you make of that? So you score, you celebrate. What do you give a damn? They didn't treat him well over there. Florence didn't treat him well. Am I right or wrong, boss?
Michael's gonna get mad.
Well, I agree with you that you should celebrate, but it's not because you were treated well or you were not treated well. Players, they dream about goals. You get so little goals during the whole year. You might score so very few goals. I mean, he's doing well. He scored 4 goals, I think, in the last 6 games.
Yeah.
But during the year, there's so many few goals, and these players, they dream about their goals. They pray about their goals. They go on their knees about their goals. It's a celebration. It's a liberation when you score a goal. They do dancing. They do so many, and you score a goal, and now you're gonna put your hands up like the guy from Inter. They are.
Palacio.
Yeah.
No, but he's a legend over
Give me
there.
a break. Well,
He
don't
should be
matter what it
rewarded
is.
that he's doing
No
that.
matter
Are you
what it
kidding
is,
me?
you score a goal.
You celebrate.
You celebrate.
it's-
If you don't, you disrespecting
Your team too.
the
No
fans
way.
from your team. The Juventus fans. He scores a goal. They want to see you celebrate.
Sure.
They don't want to see you.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
putting
are
your
so
hands
wrong.
up.
If you came from a club and everything, whatever, if you came off bad terms, maybe it's a little bit different. But if you came off a team and everything went well, you transferred to a bigger team and you score and you're gonna celebrate against them, that shows disrespect for a team that grew you up, that you were there.
Yeah,
they
but
made you who you
Bernardeschi
were.
was not
you
this-
couldn't-
He's
okay,
from Florence, I think.
I know, but Bernardeschi was not this big.
so you're
difference
telling me
makers
you're gonna
in
he was there
Florence.
his whole life,
Yeah,
and
I
you're telling
know.
me he's gonna celebrate in front of the home crowd?
Listen, you
Isn't
play
that
for
disrespectful?
you play for Juventus, one of the best team in Europe. You don't
Juventus
want to
is paying
celebrate.
you to score, not to celebrate. A celebration is something afterwards. They
He's
don't do
paying
anything
you for
about
both.
that.
Believe me.
No,
Yeah,
Listen,
they
I
do.
don't want to hear it.
Listen, I'll jump in because we're us three. We're gonna get roasted in the comments. They're gonna hate on us because the popular opinion is to not celebrate. Everyone wants to say, "Oh, respect your team." For me, right? For me,
Yeah.
I think that I could see why people would be upset as a fan of Fiorentina to see Bernardeschi because you're like, listen, I grew up with them. We saw this guy for so long. He scores now. He celebrates. But for me, I don't feel disrespect. If Bonucci scores against Juventus and celebrates, the disrespect was when he went from AC Milan to Juventus.
Right.
It's already cut.
Maybe
The
it's a
ties-
little bit different. That's
that
a little
is
bit
different.
different.
That is
Okay.
different.
No,
but to
if
me,
the game,
the
if
tie,
the game was
is
in
cut.
Torino, if the game was in Torino, will be different for you if
No,
Bernardeschi will celebrate.
to me, it doesn't matter.
So I think
to
Mike
me,
is-
to
No,
me, it
it's
doesn't
the
matter.
same
Mike is upset
thing.
that
I know.
he's celebrating
I
in
know.
Florence.
No matter what, to me,
Regardless, it's your old team, and you should show a little bit of respect to a team that made you who you are. And that's
I
it.
see both sides,
No,
but
you made yourself who you are. The team doesn't make you who you are.
But the team trusted you, played you.
Wow.
And yeah, you made you. It's a 50-50 thing. But at the end of the day, you got off good terms. Why are you gonna disrespect
Listen,
them like
Florence
that?
made money out of this kid.
I
that's true
understand
too.
that.
Everyone
Yeah,
tries to
they
make it
made
like it's
money.
it's
You
such a
gotta
bad
look at
thing.
both
The thing
sides,
is,
though.
the thing is, you already went from Fiorentina to Juventus. How many big players we talk about? Baggio. Baggio did the same exact
Sure.
move. How many of these players? Listen,
Baggio does it, okay?
but Mike, no.
What?
But Michael, the entire game, Bernardeschi was booed. If you want to talk
You're
about
right.
respect, why don't you look at the Fiorentina fans? Did they
Yeah,
respect
he
him?
was booed. That's a good point.
And I'm not saying that they should respect
It's not
him.
all the
I'm not
Fiorentina
saying-
fans.
Guys, look at this picture right here.
Okay, I understand.
How many
yeah.
middle fingers do you see in this picture? Look at this.
Well, if you-
Bernardeschi. How
if
many
you-
middle fingers do you say?
You gotta understand, he was celebrating.
A lot of them.
Antonio Gaetano, he was celebrating there. If he wasn't celebrating, they'd
Doesn't
be
matter.
Like, okay,
the entire
whatever.
match, every time he touched the ball, he's booed. If it was me, and again, I could see why you would be upset.
I would
but
just-
I say, yo, you left my team. That's it. The tie is cut. Unless it's like Del
What tie is
Piero or
cut?
something from
He-
City
he jumped
Juventus.
he jumped to a bigger team. It's not like he went to a rival or anything.
Anyway.
I don't understand.
Anyway.
Mike, I
What?
think you have no point.
Why don't I have a point?
No.
Everyone's gonna agree with
You're
Mike
not,
in the comments.
you're not showing the.
Listen,
guys, let us know.
you've been
Team
booed
Mike.
in Florence. You've been disrespected by the tifosi. The least that you can do is celebrate. He didn't go under the curva and he did. He didn't do that.
You know what?
Who's gonna
his
do that?
sister,
You're gonna get fined
Listen,
if you do
listen.
that.
His sister took to Facebook
Yeah.
and she said he was so happy that he booed. She said, "You turn these boos into music, Federico. Great job with what you did."
Yeah.
He said. She also said, she was
Actually,
like,
some motivation. They're motivating the player to do even better.
I don't
you
know.
know.
she said
that.
we finally shut them up. That's what she said.
Ooh, troublemaker.
Anyway, guys,
I think you guys are losing the point whether how much money did they pay? Did he grew up here? He grew up there. He went to a bigger team. He went to a we're talking about a goal, which is why we're watching. The biggest celebration on a soccer team is when you score a goal, and you want to take that away. Anyway,
let's talk about the
keep
game.
going.
Let's talk
Yeah,
about the
let's
game
talk
because we
about
don't
the
want to get
game.
caught up in this,
Yeah.
right? So
the game, I think that Fiorentina played well, and
Excellent.
Juventus was lucky to win this game. And I think that a tie would have been a better score.
100%. Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
I agree and disagree because I think that this has been everyone's so confused. Everyone says, Michael, the entire match, all you did was say Fiorentina's getting back in this match. Fiorentina's getting back in this match.
They hit the post.
Well, they hit the post.
For 1 second was I scared in this match because I said, this is Juventus. 2
Right.
Every single week it is the same Juventus. So why are you so confused?
Not against Sampdoria.
It should have been 1-1. What do you mean it should have been 1-1? It was 2-0 and Juventus consistently doing this.
Okay, what's up with that penalty? They got the penalty. Veretout was about to take it, and then the referee blows it off right before he was about to kick that.
Okay,
What's
that would have
going
changed
on
the
there?
match, and that's one of the things that you got to talk
100%
about.
that would have changed a match.
You guys know what we're talking about with Alexandro.
Let's look at one more time with this penalty.
Okay,
stuff.
Mike,
That's-
you explain it in the meantime. While I
Okay,
find
so
this.
basically, Alexandro, apparently they were calling a foul, but it wasn't really a foul. It was an offside call, and then once a Fiorentina player went to cross the ball, it hit Chiellini's arm, and they called for a penalty, and he was ready to take it. Then there was a silent check from VAR, and they said, wait, it was offsides before he crossed the ball and before it hit his arm.
Basically,
So they check it.
what they said is the Fiorentina player, and we got the image right here on screen, right? This Fiorentina player hit the ball away from Alexandro.
Right.
And let me say all the facts before we continue. Hits the ball from Alexandro. It then hits Alexandro's left foot 2 times, and it goes to the Fiorentina player who is offside. The rule states if Alexandro intentionally passes the ball back, it is not offsides. If it just hit off of Alexandro's leg because then it's unintentional, then it is offsides. Okay, let me say 2 other things before everyone goes crazy. Pioli, everyone's going to say it was a foul, right? Pioli says that the referee came up to him and explained that it was unintentional touch from Alexandro. They looked at his play for at least 2 minutes, maybe even more, and they said it was not a foul because everyone's going to comment saying it was a foul. They called that it was unintentional pass from Alexandro.
And therefore the guy was called offside.
Yeah.
That's it.
Antonio, we got to tape this to your mouth.
It's
Otherwise,
right.
you're not going to hear us.
No, it's offside. It was offside, I guess. Yeah, I can tell.
You think it was offside?
You think he intentionally passed it back, Alexandro?
No.
So then it's... Oh, okay.
So
okay.
she
It
said,
is offside.
To me, it looked like he hit the ball right before he fell down. So it looked like maybe he wanted clear and couldn't see the Fiorentina player.
It's offside.
That's the first one. But then again, what was the second thing that was gonna go on there?
Because he hit Alexandro. The thing is, Alexandro touched the ball twice. And a lot of the point that Pioli made was, okay, the first time it touched his leg, okay, unintentional. But then it looked like Alexandro hit it back. To me, it definitely, the Fiorentina player hit the ball completely to Alexandro's foot. It hit him 1 time, and then it seemed like Alexandro didn't know what to do when he hit it back.
But listen, that is been you can see from that image he's under pressure. It's not. He doesn't
under
have space
pressure.
between him and the other Fiorentina that is attacking him.
That's true.
But that
It's
at the end
under
of the day-
pressure. It doesn't have a clear touch to the ball back to the Fiorentina guy that is on offside.
But shouldn't that rule be ruled off? Because how are you really gonna know if it's intentional or not? It's gonna be very tough. Why can't it be the last person that hits off someone's boo?
No,
That's
that
what it should
can't
count.
be number one. But everyone,
How you know if it's intentional or not,
can't say
really?
you can't say that this is VAR's fault because everyone's criticizing VAR. VAR did his job. They showed the replay.
was a stupid
The referee
rule.
stood there for 2 minutes looking at the replay. This is the referee. It goes back to the intentions of the
That's what-
referee. It's
and
still
the player, though.
Like you said last week. It still goes back to the call of the referee. VAR is not a machine that's gonna call it.
People over there, 2 out of 3, they're gonna make the decision. Let them be 2 right and 1 wrong, or 2 wrong and 1 right. At the end, it's not gonna be just a ref taking the blame. It's gonna have to be at least 2 people agreeing on a call, and not just 1 person.
Dad, what do
over
you
there.
think?
No, but that's the way it is right now.
No, it's not.
I think that because he lost his balance, then he went forward and he hit the ball. Now, if we leave it to interpretation, it's going to be always controversial.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's why
it.
it should have.
In order to eliminate this, you have to put it in a rule which is in black and white. The offside is very clear.
Yeah.
Okay, when the ball is passed, if you're in front of the defender, you're offside. It's very clear. You're going to have to probably change some of the rules to make it so that it's not left to interpretation.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will always argue about.
That's true.
Well, that's why I was saying
That's
my
why.
thing. The last person to touch.
You can't do that.
Why not?
But,
Tell me
because
why.
then the guy could be 5 feet offsides. This is a freak accident. It's not like it happens every game.
But
How many times do we see this?
This could have cost points.
I know,
and
but
at
you
the end
can't
of the day,
just say
it's
it's
a
always
Scudetto
going to be
race.
offsides.
I understand that, but what you think someone's gonna intentionally hit it so we can go far for a break
No,
or
but
something?
when
When
they can pass the
there
ball
is
back.
space, when there is space
Yeah.
between the defender and the offensive player, then you can say, hey, listen, the guy touched the ball back to the person. But when you are under pressure, you cannot really make a decision.
But this this not based off. This not a yes or no right here. This is like, oh, I gotta think about this, and every ref is gonna think differently.
Listen,
you know
if Antonio is sticking up for Juventus, that means there's a big problem right now because Antonio,
listen,
you wouldn't stick up for
I
Juventus.
gotta be sincere with you right now. I don't like Juventus. You always know that. But I can see that De Laurentiis is really getting a little bit crazy because Juventus is breathing on their neck all the time.
Of course.
And I saw the game. I saw the game of Napoli. I said the first they score against Napoli, the first one. I said, oh boy, it's not gonna be pretty on the second half. So likely they tied the score on before the end of the first half, and the second half they look like animals. They were drug addicts. Those people. They were attacking.
They played
the
amazing.
Lazio. I mean, I'm telling you, they could have scored at least another 2-3 goals.
For sure.
I have never seen Napoli playing this way since, I don't know.
Mike, what did I say on our review yesterday?
It was amazing.
Exactly what he said.
No,
I literally said the
amazing.
same thing.
It was a 10
I've
out
never
of 10
seen a Napoli
performance,
like that.
Never.
especially against a Lazio side that's challenging
Listen,
for Champions
It's the
League.
first time I've ever been fearful of a Napoli that just could do
This-
whatever they want at
if
any
they
moment
play,
in the match.
If they play even 50% of the way they played against Lazio, I think Juventus got no chance.
You just said
And the
last
thing
week
is-
that
I
Juventus
know.
was going to win
And
the
Wait a
listen,
moment. But now, just the second half, I
One
was so
week, you
impressed.
go.
I was so impressed.
Come
I said
on.
something happened over there.
And Antonio.
And listen to me, Insigne and Mertens. Mertens was not 100%.
Yeah.
But I see the way those guys are all the time, just in front of the goalkeeper, one-on-one, all the time. Callejon. It's just unbelievable.
No, Mertens was a surprise, and to add on top of that, this is the same Lazio that beat Juventus just in the first half of the season too.
Yeah, but it's the same Lazio that lost against AC Milan, and they lost against Sampdoria
Yeah,
too,
that's
right?
That's also true.
I
Yeah.
know.
Okay.
Lazio and they lost the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
Lazio's.
They're
He's the
in a
only
little-
one who had a bad weekend this weekend was Lazio.
is.
Not the best.
You know, we thought that they were playing very good, and out of that group, they were the best ones, and now all of a sudden they
They're
lose 3
falling.
games. What happened to Felipe Anderson?
I was about to ask about that.
Yeah,
I think the
I
guy's got
think-
problem with
I think they left him home.
yeah.
He was hurt for a while, then he came back. He was doing a little bit good, and then
No, he was doing okay, not
He
just
was a
good.
little
He
bit
was doing
good.
okay,
Yeah,
and
this
then
Guy, he has talent, but
yeah, I don't know.
he can't.
I will take him. I will take him.
He'll take anybody. Antonio.
Not to play on Bay 8 with us, but I will play on AC Milan. I will definitely take it. It's a great player. Great player.
No, but let's talk
Yeah, but
about
no consistency. He plays, one game and then he stays out for 5 games.
After the match, Inzaghi was like, I have no excuse.
Yeah.
He said, that's it.
Yeah.
He's like, there's nothing I could. He said in the first half, we should have taken our chances. He said, we did a good first half, and then we didn't take our chances. And that's it. Because listen, when Lazio went up 1-0, I was like, this is a battle. It was a physical battle. I thought the whole game was going to be physical. I said Lazio's going to keep pushing till the end. No matter what, Lazio, they're going to push. Second half, it was a mixture of Lazio disappearing and a mixture of Napoli. I mean,
Oh my God, total
goal,
domination.
The goal from Dries Mertens was beautiful.
Oh my
We can't
God.
show it,
But listen.
the tiki-taka of them.
At some point,
and then
I must
going
have
to the
counted
goal, and then the
25
finish.
Catano, 25 or 30 times those people touching the ball with each other,
Yeah.
and the Lazio player, they were looking at them.
Yeah.
They couldn't
Yeah.
They
touch
had no
it.
fight. They
Yeah.
couldn't just.
They were just so much better.
They found themselves like a computer. Pop, pop, pop,
If they
pop,
play
pop,
like this
pop,
against
pop, pop.
Juventus, it's gonna
Forget
be-
about Barcelona.
it's gonna be
This is
good.
better than Barcelona.
Yeah.
The tiki-taka that they showed on the game, it was just
Because they go directly towards the goal then.
unbelievable.
I think this this Napoli and Juventus is going to go
All the way to the last game.
It's
we
the
hopefully-
most exciting.
Yeah.
the
it's
most
going to go all
exciting.
the way. And Juventus, I think they received 1 goal in the last 16 games.
0 goals in 7
Wow.
games. The past 17.
Yeah,
But you're right, 1 goal in 16.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And Buffon, no
500.
goals since October
Yeah.
31st.
He was out a few games, significant amount of games, but yes. And it was his 500th game too.
That's
Yeah.
true.
But look, Sadi also got sent off. Look what he did after the
Oh,
match. Before they sent him off, look, he walked back and grabbed his cigarettes. And then he
Classic
went back
Sadi.
upstairs.
Yeah,
Funny, right?
wow.
Look what Giaccherini last week before. This is the only problem with Napoli is what everyone keeps saying, and I'll read this quote from Giaccherini.
And Giaccherini actually left to Chievo Verona in January.
He says, Sadi has a relationship problem with the players. He only uses 14 or 15 of them. If you want to win things, you have to use the whole squad. You need to make everyone feel important. But I didn't feel that way at Napoli. He later went on to say that at Antonio Conte's team, it was never like this. He said everybody was important.
You see?
This is the biggest criticism of everyone who's saying with Sarri, because depth is obviously a problem. We know that the only guy he'll sub in is Zielinski, even though he has a very, very strong team. Right. What do you guys make of this?
I think you're right, because even when he brought Maggio back into the game, I thought that this guy here retired a long time ago. I said, oh my God, what the hell is this guy here doing, Maggio? I said, wait a moment. What is he doing? He's still playing soccer? And it's true. I mean, I think the point that Giaccarini made, 14 play, that's what the only player that they use are always the same guys, 14 or 15 players. Sometimes he's forced to use the extra one because of injury, but that's what it is.
That's true.
What do you think?
Well, I don't know what happens in the locker room in this case, but you do need, you do need everyone on the team, and you have to feel everybody very important. I think the great coaches, they make everybody feel important, so that when you call on them, they feel part of the team, and they'll give you that 100%.
Tell them your point about Mourinho. What you've heard about Mourinho.
I know this for a fact because I had some friends that were with Mourinho, and Mourinho knew everybody's name, even the guy that washed the shirts for the team.
Wow.
He knew everybody's name, and he made everybody feel important. And at one point, they were eating, and he realized that the table where the locker room guys were sitting at a different wine than the coaches, and he looked at the waiter and said, "Come here, why did you bring two different wine? You give them the same wine that we're drinking. Everybody drinks the same wine. It doesn't matter whether you're in the one that washes the clothes or you're one of the coaches." So he treated everybody the same, and everybody very important. On the other side, with Benitez didn't know anybody's name.
And that didn't turn out well. Mourinho
we know what Benitez did in it.
This was when he was at Inter.
I have a little different take about Mourinho. Mourinho is,
we don't want to go in. This was just an example of making everybody feel important. We're not going to go into Mourinho and his coach.
No, but Mourinho, wait. I was having this discussion with another friend the other day about this Mourinho. Mourinho is the typical coach that he has to be at the center of attention. It's like a prima donna. I wanted to know what's happening now to Pogba. This guy here, wait, let me finish. This guy here, he was the guy that brought Shevchenko from AC Milan to Chelsea when Shevchenko era il pallone d'oro. It was the pallone d'oro, right? So what happened with Shevchenko? For just making a suggestion to Abramovich, Shevchenko was benched and his career was over. Wait. Case number 2. Kaká, again playing on AC Milan. Where is Mourinho? He's coaching Real Madrid. I want Kaká. He gets Kaká from AC Milan. What happened with Kaká? Kaká gets benched under Mourinho. What happened with Pogba now? Pogba is exactly the same thing. This guy here, he wants people to worship him. Okay? You the coach, and again, to go back to what you're saying, you have to treat everybody equally. You have to, at some point, you have to step down your pedestal and just, be part of the group. No, don't say that, hey, I'm God, anybody else over here,
That's true. We don't know what's going on. And if Benevento wants to move, if Pogba wants to move to like Benevento or something, even better.
We'll take him on AC Milan. We'll take him on AC Milan.
But yeah. Come on, with the game about Napoli, I think it's a fair point. Today, Michael and I were on we were Skyping with Torino to a group of Italian journalists, Enrico Zambruno, you guys probably know him, the commentator, and they asked us who's going to win Scudetto. Michael, of course, what he believes. He says Napoli. And I said Juventus, and they asked me to explain, and I said, I just think that the depth is going to play a part. We're only in February, still the beginning, middle of February. I think the depth is going to play a part, and I think that's going to eventually be the downfall of Napoli. If they are able to overcome that, all respect to them. At this moment, they are an unbelievable team. Them and Juventus are keeping the Serie A, the only relevant team, the only relevant league in Europe at the moment. And I love it, and I'm happy that they keep doing it because I think it just makes it more exciting for everyone, whether you like them or whether you don't like them. Guys, real quick, did you see this? Look what we made for Insigne. Look over here.
Wallace from Lazio was trying to fight Insigne.
So look, that's Shaq.
Then Shaq with his girlfriend next to
Insigne is not scared of him. Insigne is from Naples.
Yeah.
He probably robbed him on the field.
He's gonna hit him low.
But the good thing about this, look, my dad is not impressed with this meme. Antonio likes it a little bit. Dries Mertens took this and he put it on his
Shaquille
Instagram.
O'Neal, right?
He used our thing. He blocked out our logo, but he still put it on.
He used ours.
It was pretty funny.
Cool.
Yeah, shout out to Dries. Got to give us credit next time.
Give us credit, bro. Come on.
Listen, just to pick up on what we were just saying, who's going to win at the end. On my heart, being coming from the south of Italy, I want Napoli to win, not because. But
it's both. It's your hate for Juventus and this side.
But as much as I hate Juventus, as I said before, is bleeding on their neck. And believe me, they are outside looking in. Napoli is just running a little scared right now. They are picking up their intensity. If you see the game of Sunday against Lazio, again, I never saw Napoli playing with the intensity that they played, like even when they were winning.
Yeah, I agree with you. I was very impressed. I was very
impressed. The way they were
very
winning 4-1, they never gave up until the last pass, until he blew the whistle, the ref. There was no mistake. Don't make a mistake just because you're winning 4-1. And that's what I think Sarri is the key.
Yeah.
So we will see.
And even with him off the field.
I mean, they definitely matured. They're different Napoli from last season. They're not stumbling against small teams. The only thing, the stars got aligned perfectly. And if it happened with Leicester City a couple seasons ago, it could definitely happen with Napoli.
Look at the team they have.
As long as they don't get any injuries, I think they could definitely do it.
The level of concentration is extremely high right now. They are under the microscope for every single thing that they do. And Sarri gives me, is someone that gives me the impression that you make even a stupid mistake, he will pull you out just for that.
We saw what he did with Insigne. But anyway, let's move on. We talked about Cutrone, who is a beast, a young player in Italy. We talked about Bernardeschi, who is a beast. And let's talk about a third guy, which finally, every podcast we're doing, Antonio, you've been hating on Inter. You said you're so happy that they lost. They finally got their first one in 2018. Finally.
Eight games.
And it all comes down to Caramo. 19-year-old finally plays with Candreva out. And I got to admit, listen, this Inter, I said it yesterday on our review a little bit. I touched on it. Caramo brings to this Inter exactly what they've been missing. We kept saying the front three, besides the striker, there's no creativity in that front line. Caramo does the exact opposite of Candreva. Candreva, every single time he gets the ball, he takes it, he runs down the line,
and
he crosses the ball in. He has the most assists in Serie A, but it's so predictable, and everyone learned the strategy of Inter. Caramo, like he showed on the goal, he could cut in, do a little dribble, and take a shot. That's exactly what Inter's been needing.
He's so explosive.
Caramo needs to play a little bit more.
He's like Insigne a little bit, reminds me of.
Well, listen,
a little bit quicker.
Very good.
Let's not forget, Gaetano, then I want to know what you think. This guy here just played one game, so...
That's true.
But he's been last year too, we saw him.
A little bit, but the league is looking at him right now. They're gonna just watch the TV on the movies about this kid here, and then they're gonna figure him out. So if he does in a consistent base,
that's fair.
Then I'll tip my hat to him. But
that's fair.
What do you think, Gaetano?
I think the first half, like we said, they were too predictable. I liked the Scaramo and Cancelo. They're very fast players.
Cancelo,
I like both of them, but I think what made the change is Rafinha. Yep. When he came in, he changed the game. Now, you were saying Caramo, Candreva goes down the line, he crosses the ball. This kid, Caramo, he came inside. He was looking for the 1-2. Before, there was nobody to do the 1-2. Like what we said even last week. There was not that last pass. This guy, Rafinha, which... I never seen him play except the
last week.
In Barcelona, I saw him a few times.
Yeah, no, I never saw him play. This guy impressed me a lot.
He made it look very easy.
He's got the last pass. He's got the skills. He's got the speed. I think is the piece of the puzzle that Inter was missing.
Who do you think is in danger of losing the job in Inter on the starting lineup? Given the fact that Rafinha and this guy here, this young kid,
Brozovic.
Brozovic. That's one of them. It could be another guy.
They never had the guy behind the two forwards. They always try Barco Valero, Joao Mario. Then Joao Mario left. Barco Valero, like I said, one time he played behind the forwards, then he played in front of the defense. So Brozovic, they never had that position covered. He keep changing. I think
I see Borca in danger of losing his position.
Rafinha is the right person.
I agree with you. And to add on to that, he turned 25 yesterday. For some reason, I was thinking that this guy's been at Barcelona his whole life. I thought he was like 30 years old or something. He's 25 years old. He is He just
I
turned
thought he was
25.
like 33.
Dude,
to be
me
honest.
too.
Did he
I don't
jump?
know why.
Did he jump?
He's
Was
so
he
good.
got it for free? Like
he's on loan.
No,
He was
yeah,
a
he's
loan
on
deal.
He's a
loan.
loan.
Yeah,
deal,
but he is so good. He brings exactly what you said. I completely agree.
He
I
brings
don't even need to
calmness and
add.
He doesn't make those stupid mistakes, you know.
Listen, like we said with Brozovic is an idiot. After he got subbed out because they were booing him because he kept missing, he screws up. They were booing. He goes into the bench and he kicks the stuff. He kicked like a water bottle or the shirt or something. The guy is stupid. I don't know why they
He's
boo him.
frustrated. The thing is that he got caught on camera. He shouldn't be doing things like that because then the coach is gonna just get on his case and say, "Hey, listen, you don't do that while."
But while he was coming out of the field, they was ironically applauding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
that,
wrong.
Yeah,
that
that's right.
that didn't look good either.
He was
The-
doing good in the beginning of the season.
The only thing which was that we got to say though is credit to Bologna, who Bologna was in the match the entire time.
He was.
I mean, Inter, they kept for a long time. We kept saying in 2018 they leave these matches to the last second, where the Inter fans are dying because you don't know what's gonna happen. Are they gonna be able to score? We saw Palacio, their ex. He scores against them.
Miranda
And
made that stupid mistake.
we never see Miranda make this kind of mistake. He makes a mistake, and Bologna was pressuring. And give credit to Donadoni.
Listen, it was pure luck that Inter won the game. I mean, not that they didn't deserve to win, but if that penalty was given, that was a clean penalty. I know you have a little issue with that. If that penalty was given, Bologna would have been tying the game, and Bologna knows how to defend.
And then you can say the same thing with Juventus and Fiorentina.
I
also,
don't
so-
know.
But we're
I
talking
just-
about this
every
game.
detail.
But we're
I'm
talking
just
about this
saying,
game.
it's a small
We're talking
detail.
about this
penalty,
game.
Look at this. The play is inside. It's
He's
inside
inside.
of the penalty box. The arm
Okay.
is not attached to his body.
You can
Gaetano,
show
This
it.
guy is
No.
taking the
You
ball.
can show the video.
I can't show it. I'll get the pictures in the meantime. You guys keep discussing, and I'll
Okay.
get you good pictures of it.
All right, so this is what the rule is. Then, if you say it's a penalty, again, it's left up to interpretation. But the rule is the guy is very close; he's less than a yard away from the defender, and when he hits the ball, his hand goes backwards. So the ball hit his hand, and it caused the hand to go backwards. There is no intention whatsoever of touching the ball. If your hand was going forward, in other words, you kick the ball and I go forward to try to avoid the ball to make it go someplace else, that's a penalty.
It's on the screen now.
In this case, according to the rules, it's not a penalty.
Well, wait. I
look at it.
respectfully disagree with that, okay?
Not as an AC Milan fan.
Whether the hands is going forwards or backwards, the hand is detached from his body, not a little.
I agree.
It's
True, it was-
detached
I think
a
so, too.
lot.
It was pretty far
So
from his
if
body.
you have your hands like this
Didn't you
and
have
the
the video
ball,
before?
No, I have the pictures.
if
That's
your
it.
hands,
I can't
Gaetano,
show
is
the video.
closer to your body and your motion is to move the hand, trying at least to hide your hands behind your back while the guy's hitting the ball.
Intention
I
doesn't
can
always
agree with
matter.
that. The thing is, your hand, it's detached from your body. Look how far away is detached from his body.
It wasn't close at all. It
Oh
was
my
kind of
God.
far. It was kind of far, to be honest.
And, whether you move the
They
the
checked
hands
VAR.
forward,
The referee checked
and that's
VAR.
what
They
made me
went.
angry. You check the VAR. That was a clean penalty.
I would have bet. I would have
Hands
bet a lot
down.
of money that was going to be a penalty.
Hands
agree.
down.
I don't
I
think the
agree.
intention always matters because if the guy's arm is very far
Even
out,
the
he's supposed to be.
interbench.
You're
He's
supposed to,
supposed
as
to
a
tuck
defender,
it.
you're
Put it
supposed to have
behind
your
your
hands
back.
behind the back.
Even the interbench, they knew that it was a penalty. That's why they said, "Oh my
Yeah.
God."
I don't know. I'm not an expert in refereeing, but what I will say is maybe I thought it was a penalty. I would say that it
Seemed
should have been a
like
penalty. You brought a valid point. You had the fact of that. What I would say, there was a penalty for Inter with Eder, and he was fouled completely. I can't show the image. I don't
So
have
you
it here.
think you got even the ref?
I don't think he got even, but I think that there was a penalty. 100%. Eder got slammed by the Bologna defender, and I said, how the hell they don't even give it? I don't think the referee even see it. He saw his back was to the
But
goal.
what made me angry is why after the guys saw the VAR, they still did not protest. I said, can't you have somebody else? Again, this is the reasons why. Why is the ref, again, Gaetano, only him making that decision?
These refs don't know how to use
no,
the
you
VAR
say to him it's not
properly.
by himself. You say to me that it's not by himself. But why he decided right there?
I'm not sure if it was on this one or in the one with Udinese where it took him 3 minutes to decide, and the referee never looked at it. So he did not decide. The people that were
It was a silent check, probably,
yeah,
right?
he did not decide. Like I said, I'm not sure if it was Inter or it was Udinese. It took him 3 minutes
It wasn't this game.
to decide.
It wasn't this game.
And the referee never went to look at the VAR. Somebody else make a decision.
I don't know. To me, it was definitely evened out because they were both penalties to me at least.
And let's give some credit to Eder. He's been starting for injured Icardi, and he scored every time he started. And everyone says, "Oh, Eder this, Eder that." He actually scores whether you bring him on or not, and he works hard, 100%.
Eder is not as clean as Icardi. He's not an
of course,
extremely
not as
talented
clean.
player, but
give him credit.
he leaves it on the field.
I'm just saying, not a lot of people give him credit. And another thing, Palacio scored, and a great example, he didn't celebrate against his old club. So I'm just letting you guys know for that one.
Listen, what's ridiculous is look at this screen. Look at the table. Inter are in third place. Third place. Who would have thought all the stuff? Inter's in a crisis. Inter's in a crisis.
Yeah,
Spalletti out. He lost the plot. All this. They're in third place.
They are 14
Well, they did
points,
so well in the beginning of the season, so they can afford this.
away from Napoli.
They are not playing for
They're playing for
second place,
Champions League.
Anto.
Let's be
They're
for
playing
real.
for Champions League.
100%.
Come on. Listen, okay. We talked about Inter for a long time. Let's talk about Roma. 5-2 against Benevento.
Finally.
That's another one. Listen, both of these guys, very bad recently, and now they both scored. Benevento went up 1-0, and I was rubbing my eyes. I said, I must be seeing something wrong. Because how the hell they did that? Michael was praying that it wasn't Manolas who touched the ball. The only thing please tell me Manolas didn't hit the ball in. Please don't tell me Manolas
I think it
hit
hit
the ball.
Fazio, then it hit Manolas, and it went in.
Every time that I watch the Roma playing, I always watch somehow. He winds up, the TV showing some game of the English Premier League, and I see Salah scoring or making assists every single week.
Who cares about Salah when you got Cengiz Under over here?
Let me tell you, Salah was the big difference maker in Roma.
Yeah, I know it was Benevento, but I love the lineup that he put out today, yesterday.
So
because
attacking.
with Cengiz in attack was beautiful. This kid's Turkish. Michael and I hyped him up so much in the summer. I'm so happy that he scored 2 goals today. Listen, the Turks are amazing. They're all over our feed. They're going crazy with this guy Cengiz because everyone wants
20 years old, guys, by the way.
He's 20. He's humble. He is young. He's fast. He's explosive. I think that he is perfect on that right wing for Roma. He played up big against Benevento. And he was the guy that was really helping Dzeko. Like we kept saying, like you said with Salah, that Salah kept assisting. He was bad at finishing in Italy, very bad, but he kept assisting Dzeko. And that was maybe the little piece of the puzzle that Roma didn't fix with De Frel, because De Frel has been terrible.
Why Dzeko didn't score off the goal that he scored last year? Because of Salah.
It's because of Salah.
But Cengiz is slowly, it was Benevento, and he needs to keep this up.
It's confidence.
Very confident.
He scored 2 goals and got an assist. That's incredible.
Listen,
for a 20-year-old guy.
You cannot really measure, a kid like that only because you play against Benevento. Let's see what he's going to be doing when he plays, Napoli, Juventus, AC Milan, and all of those things.
We're talking about 2 young Caramo, 2 on the right wing for Inter.
We had a great weekend.
Let's see.
He's got amazing speed.
Yeah, he scored.
And he scored, he made a beautiful cross to Dzeko with the right foot going down the wing. And then he scored that goal with the left.
He's a lefty.
That was a beautiful goal. Bottom left corner.
Yeah, but he made a beautiful cross.
Yeah.
Right for and it was his right foot. So he can use both feet. He's got skills. He's got
quick
got
too.
Speed.
Pallotta pushed hard for this kid. He wanted him. He's good.
How much they paid him?
I don't know.
Very
I'll check
little,
it real quick.
because he was unknown until he got into Roma.
He was in Turkey, one of the Turkish clubs.
Yeah,
and they
got
got
him
him.
for very little.
Probably.
Traded a few peanuts for him, right?
Yeah.
Well, but Roma in general, what do you guys think about the match? Any thoughts?
There's a lot of goals. A very attacking lineup. And Nainggolan and De Rossi wasn't playing. That's another big one.
Yeah,
so you
Nainggolan
got
12
was
million.
taking selfies. Was taking 12 million?
12 million.
Oh,
That's a lot of
peanuts.
That's a lot of money.
There's a lot of peanuts.
Yeah, Nainggolan was taking selfies at...
Roma played against Benevento. I want to see the next couple of games.
It's confidence, though,
against Udinese and against Milan.
Those are 2 tough.
Also,
Shakhtar, Udinese, and Milan. We'll talk about Champions League soon, but...
Yeah, I want to see what they do. So I guess in the next 2-3 weeks we'll find out this group that you took.
What do you want?
The
table
group that you have here from AC Milan all the way to Inter. Inter, Roma, Lazio, Sampdoria, AC Milan. It will be very interesting.
I will put Atalanta
it will be
too,
interesting
I will put Atalanta too.
in a couple of weeks.
If the fight for
I
Europe is
will
going to
share
be
pop.
so competitive
Oh, yeah.
for sure. The points are so close. It's
Yeah.
insane.
They're very, 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 very good teams. I was surprised. I mean, Roma and Inter, they went through that drought, and they're still very far up. Lazio had a bad week. Sampdoria. Milan, they finally are racking up them wins, and they're on this second half of the table, like Fiorentina. But yeah, like you said, I mean, it's playing against Benevento. It wasn't an unbelievable game. The standout was Cengiz Under. And now, what they got this week, and we'll talk about a little bit, is Champions League, which is
What about the Coppa Italia with Milan Lazio? Is he coming up again?
No, not now. Now it's Champions
Yeah,
League.
now
Now we
Champions
got
League.
Champions
We still got a
League,
few weeks for
which is
them.
going to be... Before we say that, I want to give credit to Belotti. Andrea Belotti finally got on the score sheet, 2-0 over Udinese. We need this guy back. I miss him. I miss seeing his celebration.
How
I
much
miss
credit
seeing
are we
him
going to give this
play.
guy? Why are you saying that? Why
What do you mean? I'm just saying I want to see him
He's
back.
got like 5
I wanna see
goals
him
in the
back.
Serie A.
I want to see him back.
Too.
Yeah, me too, because it might be an important, little piece for the national team.
I think Kairo's...
And Balotelli is going to be helping him out.
They say Balotelli's coming back.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my
That's
God.
Oh, my favor.
God.
Cairo right now is regretting everything. They wanted to sell him to Milan for like 100 million, and
Who?
now Belotti, remember?
Yeah. Yeah.
And now he's not even worth
price
5
went
million. This
down.
guy.
Yeah, the price
That's what
went down.
happened.
But the thing about Belotti is
Yeah.
what a great goal he scored. I mean,
Yeah.
the guy started, he ran 50 or 60
That's
yards with the ball from midfield, and then he finished it too. So
But Gaetano, you gotta understand, he has like 5 goals.
Okay, but
As a
he
striker,
was
as a
injured
start-
too. He was injured.
The biggest, he was injured. But the biggest thing of Torino's plans was to keep Belotti, and now he's not performing. And I'm
Relax.
just saying
I
this
think
what's happening.
calm,
I think we're giving a little too much credit.
Torino, they also switched coaches. They're switching tactics. They're switching a lot of things. He was injured. He had a lot of pressure on him.
Mike,
There's a lot of
Belotti,
factors.
you have to understand, he's a
Yeah.
franchise player for Torino, and he sells shirts. It's not just the
Not this
the
season. He's not
player.
selling shirts.
So,
Who's buying this shirt?
And I think they're gonna sell him. They're gonna sell him for good money if
Where?
they let him go.
China?
I don't know.
No, not China.
there was also a goal that Udinese had scored.
There was.
which was called back.
Yeah, we didn't get
Right.
a lot of clarity. We saw the replay before. What, you thought it was a...
No, it was not the offside.
It was a foul.
It was a foul. Yeah.
So it was correct offside.
Well, the referee called the foul.
they checked
He,
VAR.
he didn't call the offside because
Yeah.
when the ball was crossed, there was one of the players that was offside, but the ball went to the other player. So, and then when they look at it, I guess the Udinese player had his hands on
Yeah.
the Torino player, and that's what they called.
Real quick, credit to Crotone, Atalanta 1-1. Crotone, again, another good result. Sampdoria 2-0 over Hellas Verona. Sassuolo 0-0 over Cagliari, the most boring game.
Wait, go
that
back
there
to the
ever was.
Sampdoria when
Why?
Quagliarella scored a
Oh, yeah.
goal, and now he has 17 goals in this season. He has one less than Mauro Icardi with 17 goals. Mark, you want to go
Listen,
Yeah, it's on-
since
it's
we
on
were
screen.
talking about Roma just a few minutes
Yeah.
ago,
Yeah.
I want you to pull, if you can,
Yeah.
the last goal that Salah scored in Liverpool,
Oh,
because
I
this
can't
is
pull that up.
unbelievable.
They're going to take down the whole channel, Antonio.
Oh, yeah?
The people are never going to see you again if I put on a
Oh,
Premier
boy.
League. They're going to kill
Yeah,
us.
100%. Before we post it, we can take it
Yeah,
down.
they're
I'm
gonna-
telling
they're
you,
gonna
this
go
guy
crazy.
here, it's just too
What
much.
is you with this Salah? That's all you talk about. Salah.
The Roma was
He's
supposed.
gone.
Roma at the beginning of the season was supposed to be winning the Scudetto, right?
Okay,
I
but
don't
he's
see
gone.
Roma doing
They were not
anything.
supposed to win
Who is
Scudetto.
saying this? Where
A
are you
lot of
reading
people
this?
they were saying that
People in
because
your
of Di
crew.
Francesco and.
No, but
Are you
everyone was saying
kidding?
because of Di Francesco, they're not going to do
go to
anything.
Champions League.
Okay, real quick, let me just say the other games. The only other thing I wanted to say was Chievo Verona Genoa, where Laxalt got the game winner again. We saw him do it
What a
last
beast.
week. Again, Laxalt doing it, which is really good. Let's talk about the Champions League a little bit real quick. Juventus Tottenham, definitely the biggest game that we're going to be watching today. As this comes out, Juventus versus Tottenham. Any thoughts, predictions? Paulo Dybala is out, Matuidi is out, Cuadrado's out, Barzagli is out,
And Alderweireld for Tottenham.
and Alderweireld, who's apparently a good defender from Tottenham. Shout out to Mike Gianotto, right?
Yeah.
Who
If
told
they
us
play in
that.
Torino, I think Juventus is going to win 1-0
They
or
are playing in
2-0.
Torino.
Yeah, it's
So
going to be a 1-0
what do
or
you think,
2-0
Da?
Juventus because it's just the stadium. It's just magic for Juventus.
Real
There is
quick, Pochettino said that his grandpa actually grew up as a Juventus fan, and that he's got a place for them in his heart because he did that. And he says that Juventus, he was smart. He took the pressure off. He said Juventus is at the level of PSG, Barcelona, and Real Madrid. He's like, we're still so small. We can only dream to be at the level of Juventus.
Well, you know
He was
what?
smart to say that.
Yeah, he's
Took
smart
up
to
all the
say, but
pressure.
it's not lying at the same time. Let me tell you something.
I agree.
Juventus
Yeah, okay.
defensively is very solid. Now, offensively, might have a little point, Pochettino. Pochettino. Pochettino can just on
with Kane.
Oh yeah.
Listen, we spoke to Kane actually, and we have the video. We'll put it in on this one. Kane, when he played against Roma, when we were with him, we said, "How is it playing against Italian defenses?" And he said, "The Italians, they know how to defend. If there's one thing they do, is defend."
Yeah.
So
Well, I mean, Juve beats Sassuolo 7-0, so I'm going to at least double-digit goals against Tottenham.
Tottenham, I'm telling you, I think that I don't watch Premier League, but just based off what I hear, and I can't stand it from these stupid people, my stupid friends, who all they watch is the Premier League, and they scroll with Serie A, they don't give it any respect, who are saying, Tottenham, 3-0, 2-0, Tottenham are going to win. I think they're going to be exposed.
I think it's going to be 1-0 or 2-0 Juventus.
Well, I think that this is what they say in England. When you mention the word Tottenham, they say second place. Yeah, they never won anything. When they get there,
They choke.
They choke.
choke.
Yeah, they're chokers.
I mean, they have an excellent center forward. This guy Keane is very, very good. I think if you stop Keane and
Dembele.
I can't wait to play them.
The thing is, they're so fast. That's the only thing
I think
that worries me.
Juventus is going to do well.
Me too.
Listen, the fast pace of the English Premier League is not. It's not an advantage for them because all they do, they get tired.
That's
They
true.
get tired.
There's
too.
no midfield over
So
there
if you
either, or
wait-
defense.
if-
It's so easy for Kane to score with these guys.
There you
These
go.
guys are potatoes
I hope
on the
it-
field.
I hope we don't
I
regret
know
this.
it's
I'm
offense.
getting so
I know
nervous.
we might regret it, but
Oh,
either way,
man.
we say what we
Juventus
believe
is-
right
People are
now.
going to be replaying
Yeah,
this
I
right
know.
now.
Juventus is
Arsenal
a
fan
player
TV.
that can punish them in contropiede. They just
I hope. This is my thought. My thought. Maybe I'm not giving enough respect. Maybe we're not giving enough respect to Tottenham. But there's too many out there that are giving too much respect to
Douglas
Tottenham.
Costa has got a lot of speed that I think they're going to be watching their back. Believe me, they're not going to be playing with the speed that they normally play on the English Premier League.
People think that they're going to
Believe me.
dominate.
Juve's going to control the
dominate.
possession, I
There
think,
is
for
no
sure.
domination. They're not
That's
going
what
to
they
dominate
think.
anything.
Yeah.
Another game, Roma Shakhtar. This game's in Ukraine. This is the same dumb team that knocked out Napoli. That we got screwed with Napoli out of the.
They're a solid
respectfully,
team.
they did do well, but this Roma flying high, so high because of what they've done. They first place with Chelsea and Atletico Madrid. What do you guys think about the match? Any thoughts? Roma not in the best moment right now, but
I think if Roma goes over there just not to lose the game, at least 1-1 or 0-0. Even if they lose 1-0, they're still within reach.
I think they can get a 1-0 if they played seriously. If Under could score a couple more goals, who
this is
knows?
gonna be a tough one. I'm telling you,
It's gonna be
tough.
hard.
Very well
These
when he plays
Ukrainians
away.
are so tough.
Yeah,
These
they're
guys
strong.
fight. This is what they live for. Europe. This is what they got. So they're gonna
Sure.
go 100%.
what do you think?
I'm hoping that Roma can, with this victory, comes out of and starts playing every game like it's a final game. Zeko seems like he was upset yesterday.
Yeah.
He scored a goal and he kicked the ball up in the air. So I don't know
Well,
what
he was upset with himself,
I don't
too.
know what's up with him, but
Yeah, he was a little bit upset with him.
I'm
I think they've
hoping,
been criticizing him a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's true. He is in a weird moment. People, they were talking about this too. They were saying it was weird that he did that. I don't know if it was like he wasn't happy enough, like that he. I don't know. It's
I'm
weird.
only hoping that he was upset because he hasn't scored enough goals. But we'll see. This will be a good test for Roma.
And Di Francesco, who's done extremely well in the Champions League. It seems like he never settles for a tie.
That's
he never
true.
settles for anything.
true.
And going to Ukraine, who know how to play against an Italian team, they beat our first place team.
Listen, do you think that Di Francesco put De Rossi the last 20 minutes for just to
No,
put him in? I
no.
think that he's
Yeah.
getting him
Exactly.
just warm up because he's going to be playing
Exactly.
De Rossi over there on Shakhtar.
Exactly. I agree with you. Europa League, the team that got the most screwed out of our Italians, Atalanta, completely. No one thought that they were even going to get out of their group in Europa League.
they topped
They
them.
topped their group, and now they got to play against Dortmund, which they got
Unfortunately.
screwed.
I don't
Screwed.
think Atalanta is going to fear Dortmund. Believe me.
I think it's listen.
They
I
have
wanna
nothing to
admit that it's
lose.
not,
That's the only
but
thing. They're gonna play 100%.
I'm telling you, Gasperini is going to prepare the game. He's going to just read the game, and he's going to just put the people on the field in a certain way that Gasperini doesn't go over there to play defense. Gasperini is going to go over there at least to show and to do he's going to do a good showing over there. They're not going to go and play defense and try to come back home with a 1-1 or 0-0.
For sure. I'm not saying that. I just think this guy Batshuayi's been scoring like crazy.
He scored
I
like
think
3
that
goals,
Dortmund, they just have more of a European DNA
presence,
than Atalanta, which is going to be tough. I'm not putting out Atalanta. The good thing about this is that Atalanta has nothing to lose. If Atalanta go there and lose, no one is going to say, "Oh my God, how did they do that?" It's not like Juventus and Tottenham. You know,
Bergamo's going to cheer them. I mean, they're the underdogs, and Dortmund have everything to lose.
Okay.
And Gasperini
Dortmund
just gotta go
have
full
more to
force.
lose.
That's
Gaetano,
it.
Atalanta, how many top teams in Italy did they beat? They beat AC Milan, right?
They beat a lot of teams.
They tied with Juventus.
They tied with Juventus. I think they beat Roma. They beat Inter.
Yeah, they beat
They beat a lot of great teams. So what makes you think that all of those teams that are much less than Dortmund?
Right.
I mean, if they can beat AC Milan, Inter Milan, Roma, and Fiorentina, they beat a lot of top teams. I think they can beat Dortmund too.
What do you think, Dad?
I could see it.
Here's the teams. They beat Roma, Napoli in Coppa Italia, Milan. They tied to Lazio. They tied to Juventus, and there were some other games too.
So
What do you think? Any thoughts on the match?
No, I really don't know Dortmund. I haven't seen them play this year, so really I won't be able to comment. But I know that, like you said, I agree with you. They have a good coach, and I'm hoping that he puts he knows how to put the team on the field. But
you know, the 3-5-2 that Gasperini uses is like the teams that everybody in the world is trying to copy. This
It's one of the hardest formations.
But the 3-5-2 in European, when you play in the European games, I don't know if it's the right tactics to use.
Yeah, but the 3-5-2 is when you're attacking, okay? But when you're defending, the 3-5-2
You
becomes
play with 5 defenders.
yes.
Yeah.
But
it's very hard to master. It's
a
very
5-3-2.
hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but some people say
Because the two wings, they just come
it's
back.
because you're afraid, and then you put 5 defenders. If they have 2 wings that are very fast, those two guys that keep going up and down, you cannot do it in a European game for the whole game.
It's going to be tough.
It is.
I think they have the player. Atalanta's got the player to
Well,
do
let's
that.
hope.
Sure.
Listen, guys, to conclude, because we're getting in on an hour. Let's keep it under an hour real quick. Napoli, RB Leipzig, which is going to be a very, very tough game for Napoli. Napoli, I don't think we're going to see them take Europa League seriously. And then you guys comment. Ludogorets versus Milan. Straightforward game. Milan's got to do something. And Bucharest
Bucharest,
versus
Lazio.
Lazio.
Yeah.
Any comments real quick?
I think that we're not going to be coming out with big defeats. Actually, we're going to be winning. We're going to be winning most of the games and maybe tie some of them.
Yeah,
Mike?
for Milan for
Any
sure.
ties?
If they get out, they got to go through. Lazio should go through, and Napoli Leipzig, it's a question mark because Sarri's just going for the Scudetto.
Yeah, Saudi, I don't think we're going to see Napoli play serious.
I think they're going to go for it.
I don't know.
think-
I don't
I
think
think
so.
they're gonna go for
What do you think, Dad? Any thoughts on the games that we said?
When you go on the field, you go for every game. You try to win every game.
I don't think so.
Napoli's going for it. Believe me, they're not
I
going
don't
to put.
think so.
They would have stayed in the Champions League if that was the case.
Yeah, I don't think that they care about Europe. I think that they know they don't have a strong team.
One goal on their
long-enough
mind,
team.
and it's a Scudetto.
That's
what
my
Sarri
thought.
wants.
That's
what
Michael's thought. I mean, if you
Listen,
guys,
don't
let's
forget-
hope not. Let's hope not.
Don't
We don't want
forget
this to
that even
happen.
Napoli's second lines. It's not just they have they're great players. Maggio was an excellent winger. He was like the Pendolino, like was Cafu when he was playing in Roma. Now all of a sudden Maggio is not a good player anymore. He's going to use some of those players that have been sitting on the bench, and then he's going to have a show.
We'll see. They have no more attackers. We'll see.
Let's hope. We're excited. We got Champions League back finally.
Europa
so
League.
let's hope the Italian teams do us proud. This weekend, a lot of the big teams did well. Lazio not so well. But we'll see what happens next week, and let's go Forza Italia.
Yes, let's
and
go. Forza Serie A.
we got to rack up some of those points.
Yeah,
We gotta-
Forza Milan only. Forza Milan.
All right, guys. Thank you very
Ciao
much. Thank
tutti.
you. Guys,
Ciao,
listen,
guys.
if you're watching on YouTube, like this video, subscribe. Facebook, like our Facebook page, share this video. And if you're watching on podcast, this is Google Play, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Rate this podcast because Antonio, tell them to rate this podcast. You don't know what that means, but tell them to.
Guys, rate this podcast, okay?
If he says it, you got to do it.
And let us know any questions we can ask next time or what we can
Yes.
improve, guys.
All right, guys. Ciao, ragazzi.
Ciao, guys.
Bye-bye. Perfect.